Find product links below and hundreds more videos on my channel. Hey guys, welcome back. So some of you might have seen in some previous videos the various different methods that I've been trying to set up to connect my slider systems to a tripod system in a way that is strong and gives as much tiltability as possible and is lightweight and quick to set up and hopefully fairly low cost as well. So it's a lot of things to ask for in something that is very difficult to do. And so, if you've tried to do something like this, you would have known that, with a large camera system, most fluid heads and most heads, whether it's a bull head or even heads specifically intended for holding a slider like the Pro Aim one, most of them just fail. They just can't do it. And then some of them have a limit. That is, like the G-Yang had a 3 kilogram limit with a 1 meter slider, which is a little longer than this. It's about that. This is about 80 centimeters here. And so most of them, have a limit, or they just suck completely. And some of them have a limit that's like a tiny little camera, like an NEX camera, and then that's all you can use the slider with. So I needed something that, like I said, is strong and fast to set up. And so I've been thinking about, for a while now, some various different ways to connect something like this to the single tripod, because as I've mentioned before, working with 2 tripods at either end doesn't work for me. It might work for some people. It might work for really, really big systems. Personally, it's not an option for me. I find it horrible to work with, and I mean, especially, not in a professional environment where I need to be really, really quick and set up my shots really quickly. Working with 2 tripods doesn't work for me. So so here with 1 tripod system, what I've done is I've connected the Manfrotto arm. You could do lower cost options in this to get a similar effect, but I mean, if you've got a little bit of budget to spend, I mean, the Manfrotto arm is awesome anyways. It's really, really useful. This is basically an awesome little setup that gives a ton of strength. I don't think anything would make this move out of position until like you could just hang off it and it will break, but it won't move out of position. So like your tripod leg will break if you hang off it. but this thing I think will still hold. So it is just a fantastically strong method that gives you tiltability. So basically you undo this and then you just tilt the whole system and you lock it back. So as long as you're only tilting this way, because obviously this can't go any longer, but it can very easily go shorter. So you can tilt the entire system this way, and then I don't ever see that being a problem, because I don't ever need to tilt my slider both ways. I just tilt it one way and then set up the camera on the slider as needed to do the vertical shot. So I am really, really happy with this. This is connected with 2 clamps. It's 1 clamp there. And then underneath here, it's just screwed into place. And this is an 80 centimeter slider. And so some sliders would be longer than this. Some sliders would have various different other kinds of connections. With any slider that's really long, like 150 centimeters or something, you could still get a ton of extra strength just because of this. And by the way, this provides strength in the opposite direction as well. So when you're here, this is giving you sort of, the camera's pressing down here, but this can't stretch. So it still, again, won't allow it to go up. And this is ideally done with a strong tripod system, because obviously it is putting more of that pressure onto the leg. And so, but I found that in whatever situation you use this, it does make a very big difference, because I did try it with a cheap, with the fancier tripod legs as well. So, and it did work. So it did actually help a lot. But it is obviously definitely more ideal with something like this, because cheap legs tend to have flex in the legs. And so again, this adds stability, it helps, but it's not quite as good as with the Manfrotto here. So I wanted to demonstrate it with Manfrotto. And now you could use various DIY options, like just some sticks, but I mean, that wouldn't be very quick to set up, and it wouldn't allow you very quick adjustability. So if you do want it quick to set up with adjustability, then you can use something like this. You could connect this from the tripod leg to the pan bar. And so if you were to do that, then you wouldn't get any extra strength from, you know, from here and above, because obviously, you know, you would still, you know, if the quick release system that was here wasn't super stable, then you still might have a little bit of flex. And I did try that, and I noticed that there was much more flex when I used a small one connected from the pan arm to there, because it simply, you know, I don't think it could really easily reach the slider. I mean, it really depends on the slider and what connections you have. Connecting to the pan bar is, it's a good second option that does help as well, and does give strength, but might still retain a bit more wobble because of, you know, because you don't have anything here to strengthen this piece. So the slider might still have a bit more wobble. But this is lovely, and I'm glad that I found this solution. And so I hope you guys have found this helpful. Feel free to ask me questions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!